Let's get a little milk, get a little wheat. We need a little sugar and an egg. Come in here and make a cake. And now we have cake. Who doesn't love cake?
It's Minecraft, now what? Let's go!
Nick Knock here. Welcome back to another episode of Minecraft. Now what? You might be wondering why we made a cake and why I'm wearing a tie. Well, that's because November 16th was our first birthday. So we made a cake. Delicious. Let's not eat the whole thing. I only meant to have one slice. So yeah, it's been a year of the channel. It's been real fun. You know, at this point I would have thought I'd have more videos out, but I guess it's kind of hard to know how much work making videos is until you actually start doing it. So it's been a learning experience. It's been fun. I'm gonna jump over the sheep. I think we've made a lot of good progress. I hope that any beginners that have watched the videos have learned some stuff. Any experienced players that have found us, hope you've found it entertaining. Come back over to the campsite and sleep real quick. So although we're looking pretty dapper in our jacket and tie, how about we get this show on the road? So we were quite busy in between episodes. I'm gonna show you a couple things we did around the base. I kind of want to get going. I'm excited and terrified at the same time for what we're gonna do today, but we're not going anywhere without armor and tools. So I spent a bunch of time and a bunch of levels getting our armor and tools ready. As you can see, we are fully diamond armor and diamond tools. We're not going back. So between the enchanting table, books, and the anvil, I think we're in really good shape. So across all the armor pieces, we did get protection 4. The helmet, the only thing I'm holding out for now is respiration. That will help us breathe underwater a little bit longer. Chestplate only has protection 4, so it still needs a little bit of work. Leggings, same thing. The boots, I am very happy with the boots. The boots also have protection 4, but what I'm very excited for is the depth strider. I think I've been commenting, complaining about not having depth strider, but now that is going to help us almost walk in water. So I am very happy with the boots. So that's the armor. For the tools, we have mending on our silk touch and fortune 3. What we need to work on now for the pickaxes is increasing the efficiency. We can get that up to efficiency 5. Silk touch, efficiency 4 shovel, very nice. The diamond hoe, I'm very excited about getting fortune 3 on that. Having fortune 3 on the hoe helps getting more saplings when you're cutting down trees. It really comes in handy when you're dealing with getting dark oak and pale oak saplings. And finally, pretty decent axe. We really need to get some efficiency on the axe though. And you might notice that we have a gold helmet over here. I went ahead and enchanted this as well. So we got protection 4 and mending on that. If you know, you know. This should be a clue for what the plan is for today's episode. One of the helpful things about zombie and skeleton farms is sometimes the mobs drop gold armor. And in our zombie farm, we've been getting plenty of gold helmets, so that is where I got that gold helmet from. Threw a bunch of the gold helmets into the grindstone to make a fully durable helmet. And I know some of you out there might be grumbling, why are you wasting enchantments on a gold helmet? You can just easily make another one. But the last thing I want is that gold helmet breaking at the worst possible time. So let's get this armor on. Hey Ma, look at us now. Oh, and I forgot about the sword. We were able to get sharpness 4 and looting 3 on the sword. So looting 3 is going to help with increasing drops, especially at the zombie farm, which I will meet you over there. So we're here at the zombie farm, and you might notice behind me, the wall has been closed up. What's the deal? Come up here and get this thing running while I explain it. So in the last episode, after we built this, I was explaining how another option would be to drop the zombies down further, where it would just take one hit to take them out, and that I didn't do that to save time so we could just get this thing going. And then as we saw, it was taking about 3 hits to take the zombies out, and I wasn't really concerned about durability, especially once you get mending, your sword will heal itself. But then it really became just an issue of time, spending more time, especially if you let the spawner run for a while, and to have to clear out the chamber by hitting zombies 3 times. I mean, it was just taking longer than it needed to be. So I came back in and dropped them down here. Can't really see it, but I have them dropping onto a level like right there, similar to the water trench that we did to push them to one spot over the hopper. I have a water trench pushing them to this spot right here, and then they drop down a chute We bring them down here, and it's pretty loud. And this is roughly 20 blocks down. Clear this out so we can hear ourselves think. My gosh. As soon as I was trying to say, I couldn't hear myself talk. This is roughly about 20 blocks, I guess. And when you drop them down, if you put a mud block, it kind of cushions the fall. And look how quickly we were able to take out that whole crowd. So they take a good deal of damage by falling that far, and then you come down here and you take them out with one hit. Like I said, it wasn't really about durability, it was about time. This takes a lot less time. So if you have the time and patience, drop them down farther, and it will save you time in the long run. We're going to head back to the house. I'll meet you up there. Back up near the house, that's our old armor. Now that we've moved to enchanted diamond, we put our enchanted iron armor on the stand. I'm going to harvest this sugarcane real quick before we head over to the village so I can show you the path. We now have a path to make it easier to get to the village. So it came in, a simple path. You've seen us do it before. Planks, stairs, little path block. Make sure you light it up. Quick and easy way up and down. No more jumping up and down blocks. Also put some stairs down to the potato farm. Potato farm's looking good. Farmer is happy. We have a tree farm going over here. We'll head over to the librarian. Continue the path over here. What I'm kind of considering is building a rail line from back maybe by the campsite so we don't have to keep running all the way over here, but not 100% on that yet. So outside the librarian's house, put in a sugarcane farm. Got ourselves an infinite water supply here. It's always nice to have an infinite water supply all over the place just in case, so you don't have to keep running all the way down to the body of water. That is inconvenient. So since we can turn sugarcane into paper and trade paper to the librarian, it makes sense to have a sugarcane field nearby him. So that's what we did. Came in here because I'm paranoid about him getting out. We got fence gate here because, you know, villagers can't use fence gate. Got a door. And then another fence gate in here, so this guy is never going to get out of here. I mean, really, it's not all paranoia. Because this guy will open the door, and if he opens the door and, you know, a skeleton walks up, pops him with an arrow, and then we lose our guy, and that's no good. So that's everything I was working on between episodes. I'll meet you back at the house so we can get on with the terrifying part of the episode. That's right, friends, we're gonna go to the Nether. And that's what the gold helmet's for. Gold piece of armor is necessary to keep Piglin mobs from attacking you. They will attack you on sight if you're not wearing a piece of gold armor, and this will keep them off our back. As for how we get there, we are going to use that portal. We are just going to complete it. We will make a structure around this eventually. We're not going to do that today because I want to gather some nether materials, kind of build using the destination materials. I hope you know what I'm saying. And I just noticed this cobblestone puts us down to our mine. So I remember that this was here. So this will be our alternate entrance. We'll have one on the surface and then we'll have one coming from underground because, you know, I like to have more than one way into an area. You never know what's waiting for you at an exit. So first things first, we have to get this portal constructed, and the big problem would normally be finding the obsidian to finish the portal out. I'll show you real quick with cobblestone what we actually have to do here. So a basic portal is a 2x3 space. So we would need to build a portal in this shape. You need at least 10 pieces of obsidian. The corners are not required. The corners are really depending on your taste. Some people insist you have to have the corners. Some people, you know, really don't care. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's what it's going to be like being in the Nether. So let's go get ourselves some obsidian. So obsidian can be difficult to get. It's really hard to mine even with diamond pickaxe. And that's with efficiency 3. And typically you go down into caves to find a lava source to turn into obsidian and get your obsidian that way. But fortunately for us, we have a lava farm. So what I did is came in here, drop lava source down, and when we place water over it, it turns it to obsidian. I went ahead and did this already, and that's how we have the 11 pieces. Now, if you have a lava farm like us, it's not really a big deal, but if you got a couple sources of lava from down in the caves, you might want to be careful how you do this, because lava and water react to each other a couple different ways. If we have a lava source block and we pour water on top of it, it turns it to obsidian. So water flowing over a lava source block turns it into obsidian. However, if you have a lava source flowing and you place water, when water and lava meet, they make cobblestone, which is helpful if you're having a hard time getting cobblestone, because then you can just build yourself a cobblestone generator. So before we go back out there, What are you doing in here? Come into my house. Before we head back out there to build this portal, I went and grabbed several stacks of cobblestone, because we're going to need building blocks to protect our portal when we get in the nether. And I grabbed a little glass so we can have some windows. So we're going to come again with the... Okay, you know what? Let's just get rid of it. I'm just going to get rid of all this magma block now. You know, I think it's because I get so hyper-focused on what I'm talking about and what I'm looking at and what I'm trying to accomplish. The slightest thing just takes me by surprise. So first thing we're going to do here is we are going to safe-proof this for the time being. We are... Oh, I saw something. We'll just close this off so we don't have to worry about anything coming from that side. So you know what? We'll just make this too high. And they can't see us. Okay, I think the area is secure. It is ugly, but I think it's going to get the job done until we get back and we can build a structure around this. What we're focusing on is we might be coming back when it's nighttime, and the last thing we want is a creeper standing right here when we come through the portal. So by fencing all this off, lighting this up, nothing's going to spawn in here, and we don't have to worry about something wandering into this area. So when we come back, we should be pretty safe. Let's fill this portal out. And there it is, a completed portal, including the corners, so nobody complains. We did pick up a few crying obsidian, really kind of more of a decorative block, but you can use these to make respawn anchors in the nether. Very important thing, you can't use a bed to set a spawn point in the nether. Beds will explode when you try to set your spawn and try to sleep. But using crying obsidian and glowstone, which shouldn't be too hard to find, we can make a respawn anchor and use that to set our respawn, like we do with our bed. So, unfortunately, I don't think I can put it off much longer. It's time to go to the nether. So we need our flint and steel. We're going to switch out our helmet, put our gold helmet on, use your flint and steel to light it up. You hear that? That's not even a welcoming sound. I'll see you on the other side. And here we are. I crouched as soon as we came through, because sometimes the portal will spawn up. Here we go, already with, I don't know if you saw that thing flying around. That's a ghast. Those things are obnoxious. So what I'm going to do first is dig ourselves a hole to come hide in. Look at this place. It's awful. But you definitely don't want to be, you know, walking this way and not paying attention where you're going, because this could all be open and you fall down into lava, and that's the end of all of you and your stuff. Let's see what's down here. Okay. So this is actually not a bad place. I was kind of hoping for this area, because there's like one thing I kind of like to focus on when I first get in here. Oh, see that guy up there? Okay, we'll go talk about that guy. First things first. We are going to Build a shelter around this. This is one of the reasons why we bring blast-resistant blocks. You want to protect this portal from getting blown up. See, of course. Okay, so those guys over there, those are piglins, and if you're not wearing gold, they'll attack you. So that is the reason why we wear gold. And those guys, we can actually use gold ingots to trade with them and get stuff. One of the things you really want to have when you come to the Nether is a good bow to deal with that. That's called a ghast. They don't like you at all. They shoot fireballs at you on sight, and they don't stop coming at you. So if you got a good bow, you can just take them out from a distance. The reason why I bring glass is obviously to see, so we can check things out, see if the coast is clear. Great. All right, now we're safe. As I said, it's a good idea to crouch when you first come through the portal because you don't know if you're floating up high. And once you have solid footing, it's a great idea to enclose your portal to keep it safe from that guy. So I am going to turn coordinates on real quick, get my coordinates of this. Now that we have our coordinates, we're free to explore. We're not going to worry about this structure for the time being. Eventually I'll come in and make it look like a nicer base. Come down here. I'm going to actually put some netherrack. This red stuff is netherrack. This is everywhere in the nether. You also want some of that. If you're not a great shot with the bow and arrow, I mean, it takes practice. I'm not that great of a shot. I'm doing pretty well right now. I'm surprised. But it's a good idea to have infinity on your bow in case you keep missing. You don't want to run out of arrows. So this is a piglin. He will attack you if you're not wearing gold. He likes to trade ingots. This is a zombified piglin. They will leave you alone until you hit one of them, and then they will come after you. If there is a group of zombified piglins, they will all come after you. So you got to be careful. This is nether gold ore. If you mine this while a piglin is near, he'll attack you. If you mine it with a regular pickaxe, you get nuggets. If you mine it with silk touch, you obviously get the ore like you do with silk touch. The difference is with nuggets. Here. Yep. Where is it? Piglins love gold. I was worried that guy was going to take that. If you silk touch it, you get the ore, and when you smelt the ore, you get ingots. If you're not going to use silk touch, it's a good idea to use fortune to get a bunch of nuggets, and then you can make those nuggets into ingots. But I think it's usually more efficient if you have silk touch to do that to get the ingots. This is nether quartz. Acts the same way. You can fortune it. Gives you pretty good XP. And you can silk touch it as well. Crafting table. And you know what? We already have a barrel in there, so let's just take the barrel. Put the barrel down. Put the quartz in there. Yeah, we don't need that glass right now. And put the nuggets. And we'll keep the flint and steel in here. So far, so good. We got a pretty decent spawn. Taking out 3 gas, and I haven't gotten shot at yet. Got some gold, got some quartz. Took out a piglin. Haven't made one of these guys upset yet. So let's go walk around for a few minutes. One thing you have to be careful when you're caving in the nether is you never know where pockets of lava are going to be hiding. So, you know, kind of when you're strip mining, all of a sudden you can mine into a pocket of lava. Oh, this is nice. And lava flows very quickly in the nether. It flows like water flows in the overworld. So once you mine into a piece of lava, it comes at you pretty quick. get some more gold here. See, because I don't like messing around with the nether here. One of the things I like to do early is try to trap a piglin, trade gold with him until I get a fire resistance potion, and that gets rid of the stress of worrying about falling into lava and dying. Or, you know, dying quicker. I'm gonna mark this so we don't lose this spot. So this is a crimson forest. This part is not very big. Crimson forest has these trees. I think technically they're like mushrooms, but they're called crimson stem. I think technically they're a fungus. They're not really trees, but they are fireproof, and they act just like wood. Craft planks, get sticks, build with it. So I mean, really, this is like chopping trees down. This is nether wart block. These are basically leaves. The difference is that these do not decay like a leaf block does in the overworld. These are shroom lights. I really like shroom lights. You know, it's a nice and soft lighting source. And here's the thing with the nether. Lava coming from everywhere. There's a lava lake down at Y32, and just lava pouring from everywhere. The place is like farthest thing from a welcoming environment. So we'll just get this nether wart block for, just because. It's actually really good to compost to get bone meal. So this is glowstone, similar to quartz and nether gold. If you're fortunate, you'll get gold dust, but if you silk touch it, you can pick up the block, and this is an excellent bright light source. So we're gonna take all this. See how much darker it got after we got that last one? So actually what I want to do here is come over here and get this. This is the actual sapling for the trees. Try not to let your hunger go down too much while you're exploring around. You never know when you might have to throw down. Let's come over here. That's funny. The piglins act so tough, but they're scared of the zombified piglins. And when they get too close and they get a look at them, the piglins run away. So we'll get a couple more of these. No, nobody wants the grass. Alright, not much going on up here. Some more gold. Water buckets are useless here. It's so hot the water evaporates, so it's just taking up an inventory slot. Here, we'll come and get this gold. Never a good idea to dig above yourself. This place is even bigger reason not to. Here, we get some gold up there. We'll go up, take advantage of no piglins being around. Go up there and get that. No, we haven't found... Can I get them? Yeah! Say, if you have a chance to take them out before they can see you, go ahead and do that, because even if they don't hit you, they hit the area around you, blow up the blocks, set the whole thing on fire. The thing with netherrack is once you set it on fire, the fire never goes out. So, not too bad. Kind of uneventful. Oh, I see the other type of nether sapling up there. Let's go get that. So, as I was about to go up that little hill and show you the other nether sapling, my family came home and I had to stop, and then Thanksgiving took over, but we are back now. And it kind of works out because while we're over here, I want to put up our Fortune 3 pickaxe. Because if we have a tragedy, which chances are pretty good that I will, we don't want to lose our Fortune 3 pickaxe. And while we're here, we'll empty out our inventory a little bit. That way, we have room for more stuff. So let's see if the coast is clear here. I'm gonna go back. We'll go back up there and take a look at that sapling. Look at this guy. I got plans for you, my man. Yeah, we'll come up here real quick. So this right here is warped fungus. This will grow into a tree just like this, but blue. Man, get away from me. This area is, it's kind of small, but this would be considered a crimson forest. This block here is crimson nylium, and this is the only stuff that these saplings will grow on. The warped fungus needs the blue version of the nylium to be able to grow. What is cool about this, see, we can place it back down and it gets some more of these. The crimson forests are where the hoglins will spawn, and they are kind of tough and very obnoxious, but they hate this stuff. So it can be a good idea is to carry some with you when you're exploring in the Nether, and in case you find yourself in a crimson forest and a hoglin is coming at you, just pop it down and they'll run the other way. So they'll come back over here right now, and this is our way back. Put one here at our entrance in case they chase us over here, and they'll turn around and head back the other way. Let's go check out up here. Some more. Let's pick this up. Can't resist. I think we're about due for some to pop into a little pocket of lava so you can see how fast it flows. So in the Nether, it is kind of hard to see too far in the distance because of the Nether fog. So it kind of makes visibility difficult. Don't fall down there. That would not be good. So going after a hoglin. Yep. Man, do you think that makes you guys tough? That was overkill. Ah, man. I have no love for the hoglins, but geez. That was excessive. Alright, I'm gonna head back to our little base. I'll meet you over there. So I cleared out my inventory a little bit, and I just realized, if you notice, the clock is going crazy because time does not work in the Nether. So we are just gonna get the clock out of here, and we don't need the water bucket, because water doesn't work in the Nether either. And before we start exploring too much, I don't want to venture off too far because I am going to fall into the lava, and this trip is going to end pretty quickly. So what I'm going to do is make a couple furnaces, get some of this gold ore cooking up. Some more over here. Let's go pick that up. Come and get this without falling in the lake. And throw that in there. That's almost a full stack. So while that gold cooks up, I'm going to dig out a little quarry. So we made another furnace because when you're digging mines out in the Nether, you get a lot of netherrack. You can actually throw netherrack into a furnace and smelt it down into nether brick. And then you can take those bricks, just like you would make bricks from clay in the overworld, and make nether brick blocks. So if you're new to the Nether, you'll find out pretty quickly that this stuff breaks pretty easily. So you kind of have to be careful with digging and running, because you never know if you're just one block away from falling into a lava lake. Okay, let's go check on this gold. Yep, that'll do for now. Why are there no piglins over here? Let's see if we can do this the hard way. So come over here and... Okay. See, now we get... Come here, guy. Come on, follow me down here. Come on. You're doing real good, guy. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Okay, here we go. So now we got this guy. Now we can trade with him. Now what we're looking for, what did you give me? Oh, come on. You don't tell me you gave me netherrack. That's cheap. Give me something good. Now we're looking to get potions from this guy. Ooh, Soul Speed 1 book. If we put those on our boots, Ender Pearls, okay. I'll take it. If we put Soul Speed on our boots, it'll help us run across Soul Sand easier. That looked like a fire charge. Yeah, that's garbage. So I'm not sure if I said it or not. We're trying to get fire resistance potions. And this is the easiest way to do it. Maybe we'll come on this side. Maybe this is better luck. You're just looking for a fight. You keep putting up your crossbow. I think what we're going to do, come over here. So, I brought him over here. You know, actually what I want to do. Let me do this the right way. While I was smelting the netherrack. So we take our nether brick, come in here, and we got ourselves some nether brick. That's what it looks like. It's a nice nethery type brick, and what we're going to be looking for is a fortress structure made completely out of this stuff. But again, if you do a lot of mining and quarry digging, once we start looking for ancient debris, we'll get a lot of netherrack, smelt it down into the bricks, and make some nether brick. What I wanted it for here is to make this guy a nice little stall, because although what we are initially looking for is fire resistance potions, the piglins are good for ender pearls, arrows. I think they give you string. You can get iron nuggets from them. They give you gravel. So in the outside chance that you get your portal blown up, you're not stuck in the nether, because if you can just get... Will you stop pointing that at me? As long as you can keep making pickaxes, you do have a way to make flint and steel and get the heck out of the nether. So if we can get him to go in there and get that, then we can block him in here. Okay, that's a start. Because as long as we've traded with him, he should not despawn. Right? Gonna be here forever. But I'd really like you to go back in that hole. Got him. There you go, buddy. What you got? Potion. Oh, come on. You gonna make us go through a whole stack? Oh! Well, that's a start. Okay, let's get you going on that. So this is a splash potion. If we throw this on the ground, it creates a particle cloud, and it gives us a little bit of splash potion. So this is going to be better than nothing. This is not really going to work too well if we fall in the lake. But now, at least when we're running around, if we catch on fire, this will be really helpful. But what will be even more helpful, sir, will be if you just give us a regular fire resistance potion. Ooh, that's not too bad. Soul Speed 3 is the highest level of the Soul Speed enchantment. Let's put a crafting table here. Just so you're not afraid of the dark. Enough for one more nether brick. There we go. Let's keep it going. This is it. Here we go. I feel lucky. Oh, no, just arrows. So one thing to keep in mind about these guys, I'll show you, is they do not like when... No, I didn't want to... Oh, come on. I did not want to craft 7 chests. So if we put a chest down and he can hear us... Too far? How about here? See, they don't like it. You gonna shoot me over here? Look, you already forgot. Short-term memory. They don't like when you open or break chests. So when you're around piglins, just keep that in mind. If you open a chest or a barrel, you better be ready to fight. Yeah, we'll just put this here for now, empty this out. Okay, got a little bit more gold. Get XP for smelting it up, and back to work. Come on, man. We did it! We got it! Potion of fire resistance. We did it! And now we have 2. Now we have 2. That is like exactly what I wanted. I didn't want just 1. I wanted 2. See if we can get a 3rd one. So we ran out of gold. Let's check out what a full stack got us. So I moved everything into this chest here. I gotta say the big prize are the 2 fire resistance potions. That's what we were aiming for, and we really lucked out. Getting these potions as soon as possible really relieves a lot of stress for me. So I'm pretty happy that it worked out so quickly. And sometimes it takes a while to get them from the piglins, so I'm pretty happy that it happened within a stack. So we also got a couple water bottles, a splash potion of fire resistance, a couple pair of iron soul speed 3 boots, soul speed 1 book. We got some blocks, blackstone, obsidian, crying obsidian, soul sand, gravel. Soul sand is quite obnoxious when you're going through certain biomes because if you don't have soul speed on, it slows you down when you're walking on it. But it can be a helpful block depending on how you use it. Got some ender pearls, some fire charges, some quartz, which we can get that ourselves. Got some leather and some string. And maybe you think that leather and string are kind of odd things to get from piglins, but if you know where to look for them, those are 2 things that you can get in the nether. But I think that's going to do it for this episode. In between episodes, I'm going to come back here and make the portal house a little bit nicer. I'm going to check on our coordinates so we can get our bearings, because as we start exploring, we kind of want to have a better idea of which direction we should travel to give us a better shot at finding a Nether Fortress. And I'm going to go around the area and try to find where's the best place to try to get down closer to lake level. That way we don't have to keep traveling high up in the nether, and I actually find it a little easier to bridge around. And it is less stressful for me when I don't have to worry about getting shot out of the air by a ghast. Next episode we'll go exploring. I won't do that without you, just in case we come across a Nether Fortress pretty quickly. I'll keep my fingers crossed, but I don't have my hopes up. As always, if you have any comments, leave them down below. I will try my best to not take so long to get the next video out. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.